I wanted to voice over real quick and talk about why I think it's so interesting, like culturally speaking, what we are used to and what Japan's entertainment is used to. Because in a lot of Western, especially American, and especially in mainstream American movies and storytelling, the conflicts tend to be pretty simple. Like you often just have a good guy and a bad guy, and the bad guy is bad because he's bad. Like often their motivations are pretty shallow, and the good guy is good because he's virtuous. And of course, the good guy wins because he's the good guy, and the bad guy loses because he's the bad guy. And especially like in like why I wouldn't say that it is like necessary for like mainstream stories to be complex, and like I wouldn't say that simplicity is inherently bad, but it does paint an inaccurate picture of what conflicts in real life are often like. And Japan anime is like incredibly interesting because simplistic conflicts are exceedingly rare in anime. And Gundam is incredibly mainstream. It is essentially like Star Wars is to us, so is Gundam to Japan. And there's this scene in one of the Transformers movies where they have a fight on a highway, and a child sees the robots fighting and looks to his mother and says, "Wow, cool." And there's this popular meme in the Gundam community where a viewer sees the Gundam and says, "Wow, cool robot," while the actual message of the story goes over their head. And while I wouldn't say that that Gundam, like, I wouldn't say the story demonizes the Gundam. That would be inaccurate. But it is fair to say that the story is very honest with what the Gundam is. This is the Gundam. And I think it is so interesting that the Gundam, especially like as I mean, it is not a main character, right? It is itself is not a character, but it is the titular thing of the entire franchise. And very obviously, the Gundam is designed to look like a samurai, right? It has typically a sword and a shield. It wears this gigantic hat dressing on its helmet. Truly, compared to Xeon's super utilitarian mobile suit design, the Gundam looks kind of ridiculous. But despite invoking this image, something that we like associate with an honorable and fair fighter that like engages in an honorable and good fight and brings good things. Gundam is not like that. This is war. The Gundam is an uncaring and unfeeling machine, and its pilot is not a superhero that makes sure that everything's gonna be alright and everybody comes out unharmed while cracking jokes or like celebrating. Nobody smiles when the Gundam shows up. There's this city battle in Gundam F91, and it's horrifying. It is not like a fun stage where giant robots can have cool action scenes together. It is people closing shelter doors on each other. People die. Children die. There's this scene that kind of shakes me up to this day where a Federation mobile suit fires on another enemy mobile suit, and one of the shell casings falls to the ground and strikes this woman in the head. She dies instantly, and her infant child is left crying in her arms. And it's this, she wasn't targeted. She didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. She was just trying to get away while her home turned into a war zone.